Scientist John was kidnapped to a laboratory, his hair was shaved off, and his skull was marked with contour lines. They had promised him the experiment would be 100% successful, because before him, the organization had already bought many lives for testing. By now the scientist's regret was too late. He just never thought his turn would come so quickly. As his cerebral cortex was removed, the scan descended like death itself, beginning to operate at high speed on this brilliant brain. While the computer was running at high speed, the scientist's brain was disappearing inch by inch. This is the most advanced intelligence technology of the future, which uploads human brains to the cloud. It's a technology that allows people who have transcended physical limitations to directly control intelligence. Emma's father was a scientist, but he developed a terminal illness at the peak of his career. Before dying, a colleague proposed an alternative treatment method, and due to her father's insistence, Emma's family reluctantly agreed to the treatment plan. But soon after, the colleague told Emma's family that the treatment had failed, and just like that, young Emma lost her father. 2 years later, Emma and her mom finally emerged from their grief and moved to a new place. But Emma wasn't happy at her new school. In class, Emma received abusive emails for no reason. She sadly brushed her hair, and soon all the classmates copied her gesture. She felt uneasy, but the next second all the girls in class did the same thing. Emma quickly checked her computer but could do nothing about them. Feeling sad, she made an excuse to use the bathroom, then fled home. Back home, she wanted to use her computer again, but the mocking emails that popped up continued to bully her relentlessly. Emma angrily lay down to sleep. It was raining outside. Emma was awakened by the light from her computer screen. She hesitantly got out of bed. At that moment, several emojis, emails, and a pig head appeared on the desktop. Emma understood that the stranger was referring to the emails that had photoshopped her into a pig. The stranger expressed confusion. Additionally, Emma discovered that the other person seemed unable to type, so both parties continued to communicate using emojis. In any case, the other person felt sympathetic and angry about Emma's situation, which gave Emma some comfort. Then the other person sent an umbrella emoji, connecting it to the rain outside. Emma interpreted this as protection from getting wet in the rain, meaning the stranger would protect Emma. So Emma typed out the words "Who are you?" but the reply was a ghost emoji. The chat ended there. Emma didn't think much of it. The next day she still arrived at school just in time. This was to minimize the time she could be mocked, but as luck would have it, she still ran into the bully showing affection in the hallway. But the truly interesting part was just beginning. Soon the blonde girl received photos of herself being cheated on. Information began to spread wildly within the small group. There was a storm brewing. Emma watched with innocent eyes. She had no idea what was happening. By noon, the bullying group completely turned against each other, pulling each other's hair in a fight in the girls' bathroom. After witnessing all this, Emma hurriedly ran back home, opened her computer, and a series of emojis on the screen confirmed her suspicions. It was exactly like the blonde girl's facial expressions before and after. Then Emma began to wonder why this hacker was helping her, and the reply surprised her. A daughter emoji, followed by a mother emoji.
You know my mother?
Who knows me?
Emma didn't expect her mom to come home so early, and her mom Sarah had always been strict with Emma. Seeing her daughter chatting with some strange person, Sarah pushed Emma aside and took over the bizarre conversation. She immediately began angrily criticizing her daughter, saying how dangerous it was to talk to someone when you don't even know who they are. But during the argument, the other end sent another emoji. Interestingly, this time Sarah replied with a set of mysterious symbols. After waiting for a while, Sarah finally received a reply with the same mysterious symbols, which shocked her.
What lips my lips have kissed, and where and why.
Sarah finally sent a family photo emoji, and the chat ended there. She immediately called her husband's former colleague without hesitation. Emma clearly heard the question, "What did you do to my husband?" Sarah's call immediately caused an uproar. The company her husband used to work for also quickly received the report, but they weren't worried because Sarah had no evidence. What they were really concerned about was how John had managed to make contact with the outside world.